Hey guys, it's Jeff with Garage Antics, and today I want to show you guys a car that I picked up last summer. Those of you that are Nissan fans, I'm sure you'll recognize it right away, and many of you others will as well. But if you're not familiar with it, it's a 1990 300ZX twin turbo. It's a car I've been looking for since I was about 15 years old, and I finally found the perfect one. I want to kind of go over the car and show you what my plans are for it, and kind of go over some of the videos that you can expect to see in upcoming months. So let's take a look. Doing a quick walk around of the car. As you can see, it's got the stock body, stock wheels, hadn't had a body kit or anything. The only real modifications to it, it's got a JWT pop charge, and also I've got the B&B exhaust, and I believe that puts it at stage 2 looking at the modification charts for the 300ZX. So I think that puts it at about 340 horses. That's at the crank, not at the wheels. In the future, I plan on going to stage 3, maybe do a few more mods after that. Stage 3 does the ECU reprogramming, and I believe that's going to put it at about 400 horses, or about 360 or so to the wheels from what I've been reading. As you can see, the interior is all stock as well. Still got the original stereo system. I am having some trouble with the stereo, and that was from the day I bought it. I believe the speakers have all gone out, and also the tuner has a lot of trouble. The antenna still raises without any problem, but I still can't get the radio kind of comes and goes. First thing I'm gonna check is the speakers on it. Other than that, everything in the interior is pretty good. I do have a little nick right here, probably from the last owner probably resting his arm on the car, but for the most part, interior is mint. Doesn't really need any work. And as you can see, it's very low mileage car. It's got only 78,884 miles on it. I've probably only put about 2,000 miles on the car since I've got it. I haven't really had much time to drive it lately, and I'd probably take on a few road trips soon. I just need to check everything. I am starting to develop a power steering leak on the car, and that's something that's probably the first thing I'm going to do as far as working on the car. But for the most part, it doesn't need much work. The tint on the car has started to peel. That's another thing that I plan to get redone. and I definitely want to go to the J-spec style tail lights. The old ones look nice, but I really like the look of the clear tail lights. Just kind of gives the car more of a modern look. And far as body kit, I may get a body kit. I'm still not for sure. If anything, I'll get the Steel Type 3 bumper, and get the Steel panel cover right here. And also I'll probably upgrade to the J-spec headlights as well. But for the most part, I don't plan on doing too much to the body of the car. I really like the original lines of the 300ZX, so I don't want to do too much to it. And this car is, for the most part, the owner kept it in immaculate condition. Most of the paint's still good. I got a couple little nicks that I may need to fix in the future. There's a ding in the corner. It's hard to see, but it's got a ding right there. And also I got a little oxidation on the right here and right below the nose of the car. I'll probably just wait until I get the Steel bumper and replace that. One thing I wanted to mention, that the previous owner, he basically babied this car. Most of the maintenance on this car has been done. He had recently had the 120K maintenance, which involves replacing the timing chain. He had already had that done, and they gave me documentation on that. So as far as any major maintenance, it doesn't really need it right now. Like I said, the only thing I really need to address is the power steering leak, and I plan to do that pretty soon. But otherwise, everything on the car is pretty sound. No other leaks or anything. Everything seems to run pretty good. One thing about the 300ZX is the engine bay is very cramped, so this car puts out quite a bit of heat. I try to keep the hood up when I get done driving, just because it's just so much heat, and as you can see how cramped it is, it's not really much room for the heat to dissipate. So that's one of the reasons why the car gets pretty hot. But don't have any overheating issues at all. It keeps running pretty cool. One thing I may do is replace the injectors with the newer style, because I know they tend to go bad from the ethanol used in today's cars. One thing that was done is the PTU was replaced. That's the power transistor unit that was replaced by Nissan under warranty. They had a recall back in the day. The older style ones tended to go bad, so the owner definitely kept up on the maintenance of this car. So I really don't have a whole lot to do other than get the power steering issue fixed. And like I said, my goal is I'd like to go to stage 3 at least. I already got the exhaust, already got the JWT single pop charger. That's the intake filter, for those of you not aware. And the next step will be replacing the ECU, getting it reprogrammed. And after that, I'll probably do a few other mods. Maybe up the boost a little bit, get a boost controller, and have a little more fun with it. But for the most part, that's all I plan on doing with the car. I like to try to keep it as reliable as possible, and that's always been kind of an issue with the 300ZX. So my goal is something that I can drive at least on the weekends and not have to worry about taking a road trip and something going wrong with the car. But yeah, the car is pretty clean. Hopefully it gives you guys a pretty good look at the car's overall condition and an idea of what I plan on doing to it in the future. Like I said, it really doesn't need a whole lot of work. The previous owner, he basically babied the car, so I just have a few small things to fix on the car, and then I can jump right into the mods. In fact, I've already started buying a few parts for it, which I'll post in upcoming videos. But if you guys have any suggestions on things that I need to fix on the car before I start doing any mods, especially power adders, please feel free to post it in the comments. I know the car is notorious for having injector failures and a few other issues that tend to come up, especially on a 30-year-old car. Please feel free to share any knowledge you have about the 300ZX. This is my first 300ZX that I'm driving, so I'm still learning about the car. But anything you may have, just please feel free to post in the comments, and like and subscribe to videos, and I'll see you in the next video.